The Child and Family Research Partnership is really the go-to resource for state agencies and nonprofits when they want to understand how their programs are working and sometimes why their programs aren't working. CFRP is actually the largest research center at the LBJ School, and we employ about 10 to 12 students every year. And the goal is to give these students an opportunity to really engage with research. And it's these sorts of experiences that actually made, when I was getting a master's in public policy, really come to life for me. So the idea that I can involve students in my research really just makes it come full circle.
I work on issues in both the adult criminal justice system and the juvenile justice system. On the juvenile side, I look at the different ways that kids go into the adult criminal justice system and who these kids are and what happens to them once they go into the adult system. On the adult side, I'm looking both at conditions and safety issues in prisons and jails and systems of independent oversight to make sure that prisons and jails remain transparent and accountable for the protection of prisoners' safety. Most of the work that I've conducted, the research I've done in conjunction with my students. My students have become my colleagues in this work. In 2017, Chairman Garnet Coleman of the House County Affairs Committee was deeply concerned about the wide range of issues that led to the death of motorist Sandra Bland in a Texas county jail, and he developed and ultimately passed the Sandra Bland Act. I was very privileged to be able to work closely with his office on a number of issues that arose in the bill, particularly those having to do with jail safety and suicide prevention and the treatment of people with mental illness in our county jails.
I focus on state and local government. We work to improve people's daily lives, working on issues such as affordable housing, healthcare, transportation, artificial intelligence, and digital inclusion. Through my work, I hope to improve policy outcomes for people in places close to home, where they live, where they work, where they play. I provide students opportunities to take what they do in the classroom and apply it to the real world, whether it's interning the Texas legislature, working on affordable housing in the city of Austin, or participating in the Dell Hackathon at South by Southwest.
My work looks at how people make decisions with complex technologies or behaviors. So for example, when putting kids to college and trying to save for that, or buying new technologies which are very expensive. So for example, photovoltaics, a solar panel, or an electric vehicle, or buying a new home. So these are decisions we don't make very often. And some of these, especially that involve innovative new technologies, we don't even know much about. And trying to understand what really goes on when people are making these decisions. The reason this is important, when you look at big problems, for example, how as a society we can address global climate change. Students are very integral to my research. I have a research group, about 10-15 students. I have lots of ideas, but really to bring those ideas to fruition and really go in depth in terms of analyzing, collecting the data, designing the problem, it wouldn't happen if it was not for really the successful collaboration that I have been lucky and fortunate to build up with my students.